I love flying with students. That's the number one, actually. It's a passion. Instructing is a passion. When you demonstrate a maneuver and seeing someone basically not knowing anything about the maneuver and trying to replicate and basically meet the standards is very fulfilling. So I was in high school and we had a flying club. So I kind of got interested into aviation by just joining the club and started that way. Got hooked.
So I have someone who's like an older brother to me. I look up to him a lot. He's a big inspiration, and he's flies for the airlines as well. I saw him through the beginning of his journey when he first started. So again, a mix of that, him always mentoring me, and then seeing other people come and go while working here was something that sparked that desire.
You start from the beginning. So let's say someone that has no experience whatsoever will start from 0 hours, and they will go through 3 different phases of training. The first phase is for you to get ready for a solo flight. So essentially you're flying with an instructor for about 15 to 20 hours to get your basic knowledge up, and of course aeronautical experience as well. And then when you solo, then with the instructor, you have more flights to do in order to go to a distance. Now you're transitioning from a local area to to a destination that is 50 nautical miles away, and that's called a cross country.
So I just actually finished my first solo yesterday. So finished it that way. So we're looking forward to the cross countries next.
And then you will solo and you will go and repeat the same flight alone by yourself. And then after, when you complete those requirements, you will fly locally with your instructor, and then you will be scheduled for a check ride with a designated pilot examiner. You will take a practical test at that point. And usually the journey for someone that actually flies twice a week, it's about 3 months commitment. So this is not an easy journey, of course. It takes a lot of effort and dedication actually to become a private pilot. It's time consuming, and sometimes it can be very overwhelming. So you need to be very highly motivated in order to go through the training. I fly every day, except Sundays, but I'm at the airport almost 6 days a week, and I have to fly every day. So I enjoy flying. I've been doing this for past 30 years. It's been very fulfilling, and it's been great. There's a lot of preparation, right? So we don't just jump in the airplane before we go to the runway. So it takes a lot of preparation, pre-flight time that we do in the classroom before every single flight. We know what the expectations are. And this is your yoke. This is how you move the airplane left and right, pitch up, pitch down. So pedals actually is like for the rudder. So during ground operation, when you're taxiing, we call it taxi. So when you're moving on the ground, if you want to go to the left, you press the pedal on the left side, and then if you want to go to the right, push down on the right side. Takeoffs are awesome. Takeoffs is the first phase of the flight, and we concentrate. We want to make sure that we maintain direction and control when we are on the runway. We have to talk to air traffic controller at the same time and be mindful of our surroundings. So it's a critical phase of the flight. So we need to make sure that we are on top of it. We got 2 critical phases of flight. One is the takeoff and the other one is the landing. And both of them actually are operated at low airspeed and higher angle of attack. So we are basically in a region where we're at the minimum controllable airspeed area, where we are close to stalling speed. So as pilots, we need to be aware of characteristics, how to enter into a stall and how recover from them.
Maneuvers, man, I'm not really a big fan of maneuvers, but I think if I'd have to choose one, probably a power on stall, because it puts me in an uncomfortable position and that kind of helps me break the ice.
So I'm going to be a little bit technical here. I mean, as far as like the stall is concerned, we are talking about critical angle of attack. So that's the angle formed by looking at the chord line of a wing and the relative wind. So in that respect, when we reach that angle, that's where the airflow basically is not the same over the wings. So we are getting into disturbance where the wings is no longer capable of flying. So that's where basically a stall occurs. And you may say that it's an uncomfortable feeling where the airplane basically kind of drops and you lose a few hundred feet, but the airplanes are inherently very stable, and as pilots we know how to recover from it. And then yeah, that's at the end you become a private pilot. You get your wings.
There you go, winds, and there you go. We're flying then. Woo!